All right, guys, so today is all about beef ribs. We're gonna try a few different methods for these beef back ribs, see what works better. First thing you gotta do is take some of the silver skin off from the back. On the first one, unfortunately, on one half of it, some of my fat came off. The second one, I was a little bit more careful, so it was only silver skin. So gotta get that off. And see on this one, it's not off yet. You can see the difference there. So we're gonna go ahead and get it off from this one too. Oh, and by the way, here's a tip to get this off. If you use a paper towel, it makes it a lot easier to grip and your hand doesn't slip. And then you can pull it off pretty effortlessly if you use something on the other side. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We took away some of the smaller pieces, some of the smaller ribs. And for these ones, we're gonna smoke them just like we are these, but then we're gonna throw these in an aluminum pan with a little bit of beef broth and a little bit of barbecue sauce and see how those do covered with some extra moisture. And these guys we're gonna end up wrapping. I'm not sure yet exactly how we're gonna wrap them, either aluminum foil, maybe butcher paper, and try cooking them for a little bit of a different time period and see how we do. As far as seasoning, I've got this own black mashed pepper that I added some salt and garlic powder in. And then I've got the John Henry's pecan rub. Ready to go. Got the smoker preheating at 225. Take a look outside. The weather's finally starting to get better. Not a single cloud in the sky. Got some sunshine, baby. All right, so take a look at this deliciousness right here. Smoker's preheated, 225. And we got some beef back ribs, baby. So again, some of these I've sliced into separate pieces. Some of them I've kept together. Throw that down. And then these guys, I think we're just gonna line them up right here. Get some of these smaller guys out on the edges. Go, ready to go. We're gonna start a timer. It's almost noon, so for about 3 hours. All right, let's check this baby out. It is 12:46, so it's been about an hour. And look at that, getting ready. All right, so here we are about 2.5 hours in. We're gonna start spritzing these a little bit, giving them a little bit of moisture. Oh yeah, look at that. Almost there, almost ready to run. Let me show you guys what we did about 3 hours in, 2:47 p.m. right now. So this right here, we added a little bit of apple juice and a little bit of chicken broth because I didn't have beef broth. And then we added some apricot barbecue sauce. And then we put the singlet ribs inside of here. So we're just basically giving it a ton of moisture and we wrapped it up. And then we just left one singlet out just because I'm really tempted to just see what if we don't do anything. No wrapping, like we're just gonna leave this little guy out for about 6-7 hours and see how that turns out. Now over here, what we did was we took the other rack of ribs and we put it, we did butcher wrapper and we just added a little bit of beef tallow to it. That's it, just spritz on the paper a little bit, get it wet, and then did some beef tallow. And then this guy right here, instead of doing a 3-2-1 method, like we are over here, which is, 3 hours smoked, open, and then wrapping it for 2 hours and then unwrapping it for the last hour. This one we're gonna try going 4-2-1. So we're gonna leave this guy smoking for 4 hours, so give it an extra hour, and then we're gonna wrap it probably in the butcher paper. And I'm just really curious to see the difference between an extra hour of smoking before wrapping or not. So we'll let you know how it turns out. Alright guys, so here we are 4 hours in, and I just wrapped these guys. So these ones right here were smoked for 3 hours, and then I put these ones in an aluminum pan. Those ones just wrapped in butcher paper with some beef tallow. This one right here went for 4 hours, and we just wrapped it up. So we're gonna do 3-2-1 on these guys over here, and then this one we're gonna do 4-2-1. And then this little guy's just gonna stay out here smoking the whole time, just so we can do it this way. All right guys, so we got, again, these ones went for 3 hours unwrapped, and then this one's butcher paper wrap for 2 hours. This one with some extra liquid aluminum foil for 2 hours, and then about 1 hour on, in the smoker after that. And we got some veggies here. So we're gonna try these out. And then we've got one more rack that's coming up that's probably going to be ready in about 30 to 45 minutes. And that one's going to be the one that went for 4 hours before we wrapped it. All right, guys, so it's almost midnight and we got to eating those ribs and we couldn't stop. So I forgot to get a video of the last one that we pulled off. But long story short, we did 4 different methods of cooking ribs. One of them was not wrapping at all. That was just a little singlet. Then we did the traditional 3-2-1 method. We also did a 4-2-1 method, and we did a 3-2-1 method, but instead of wrapping it in butcher paper like we did with our other 3-2-1 method, what we did was we wrapped it in an aluminum pan with some extra liquid in there, chicken broth and some apple juice, along with some barbecue sauce. And overall, we had 4 different people eating them, and so the consensus was that the 4-2-1 ribs were everybody's favorites. So 4-2-1, so 4 hours cooked, 4 hours smoked on low temperature. I guess all of it was on low temperature, 225 the whole time. 4 hours open smoke, 2 hours wrapped butcher paper with some beef tallow, and then about probably 45 minutes to an hour wrapped at the end with some unwrapped with some barbecue sauce. Didn't change the temperature at all. That was number 1, is 4-2-1. The next one was the ones that has some moisture. So the 3-2-1 method, but when we wrapped it, we put in an aluminum pan with some moisture. And then after that went the 3-2-1 method, and then the singlet after that. So next time I make them, I'll probably go ahead and follow the 4-2-1 method or the party rib style where we do the singlets in a smaller batch. So thanks for watching, y'all. Have a good one.